Hello friends, welcome to another edition of Facebook Live with yours truly, Sarah Gaston. Listen, I'm trying something a little different today. I feel like the video gets a little, kind of jagged when I do it on my computer. So what I'm going to try to do, we'll see how this goes, is I'm going to actually do it on my phone, but I'm going to look for questions in the comment section on my computer. So, well, let's see how this goes. Oh, I should probably refresh that page. So, we're going to call this episode Addendum to last week's episode about, Facebook, so not Facebook, hi, this is what happens, about fake demo reels. Because here's the thing, now it's just in my face. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Anyway, I had a long conversation with my manager after I did my Facebook Live last week. We were talking about other things. But I happened to just kind of ask his opinion, and he said, everything that you said is right, except here's the thing. Nowadays, God, and that's such a Southern thing to say, nowadays, even student films and independent films are often asking for a demo reel, which I was not aware of because I've been submitted to that stuff in a really long time. And so he said, for those purposes, it actually can be really beneficial for someone to have some sort of, and I'll take this term from the voiceover world, a bridge demo, until they get enough footage to actually have a demo which is of their work. So that's just a new piece that I wasn't aware of. This business is ever evolving, and so I'm going to amend what I said last week, and that is, if you are in fact brand new and you need a demo reel and you want to put something together, there are professional services that can do that for you. I don't know of any here in Houston, and in fact, I'm in talks with two directors I know about possibly setting up something to provide that service for people here in Houston, because I don't think there is that service. I know that they exist in Chicago, and I know they exist in Los Angeles just because I've had friends and students go out there and have them done out there. But if there's something local, obviously that would save you a plane ticket. So I'm looking into how we can supply something to fill that need. The other thing is, you can try putting something together on your own with your friends. Write something, film it, edit it, and put it up there. But it sounds like just even in the world of student films and independent films, they want to see something. So that is it's good to know, and it's good that I'm here with you to share with you the update to my knowledge. So it was a learning experience for me. So I'm waiting for your questions to roll in. Hello, Joseph Jones. Good day to you, sir. I want to share a couple of things while I'm waiting for questions. As you know, I won't keep you on if there's nothing that we need to talk about. But I was on a webinar yesterday for Actors Access and Breakdown Services. If you haven't had a chance to catch it, I would try to watch it. They're live webinars, and I don't know if they're going to offer some replay. But it is presented by Actors Access and Breakdown Services. So if you're not familiar with that, Actors Access is, I found this out yesterday, actually 95% of the SAG associated projects find their way through Actors Access, meaning they're somehow, that service is used. And Actors Access is basically a website for actors to load their headshot, their resume, pictures, and media, any sort of media clips you have. And Breakdown Services is sort of the branch of that same company that is what casting directors use. So the actor uses sort of the actor's access piece, and the agents and the casting directors use the breakdown services part. And that's basically what's used when you get submitted for an audition. Now, what they're looking at and what the product that they've created for us to use now is called EcoCast Live. And what that is it's basically like a Zoom audition, but it's all done through breakdown services so that they can control security and access. They can make sure that the right person is in the right room. You know, if you've ever signed a non-disclosure agreement, you know that we don't want information about projects to get leaked out, that sort of thing. So, you know, projects are highly confidential. And so even if you don't always sign an NDA, you really aren't supposed to talk about the details of a project until it's aired. So that is something that they're doing now, which is basically like being live in the room with the casting director, but it's all virtual. It can be done on your computer. It can be basically done on any device. You know, the same things hold true. You want to have good lighting, a nice backdrop, that sort of thing. But it's something that if I were you and you're already on Actors Access and you have an agent and you are getting submitted for things, I'd educate myself on that, because I wouldn't want the first time I knew the nuts and bolts of it to be when I had an audition set up. So I was very glad I watched that. I went to the the webinar, and got that information. So check it out. Let's see. Hello, Pam. Oh, I miss you guys. So anyway, please populate your questions in the comments box. Let's see, what was the other thing I was going to talk to you about? I guess POV. So POV is something we've been exploring in my Tuesday night class for about the past 4 weeks. And if you're not familiar with my Tuesday night class, you can learn more about it on my website, www.sarahgaston.com. It is an ongoing class, so there are people that have been in there for months, sometimes even years, but there are people that come in just for 4 weeks for whatever we're focusing on that 4 weeks, and then they move on. But we have a different 4-week series. We have a focus for every 4 weeks that we have, and we've been working on comedy. And one of the things that I've been really interested in is integrating what I have learned at the groundlings through improv and sketch comedy into scripted comedy. Now, that is not the goal of the groundlings. I mean, they will tell you, like, this is not an acting class, this is not an acting school, you know, this is an improv and sketch comedy school. But I, for a long time, was really infatuated with the comedy performances of the actors that came out of that school. And that's one of the reasons I went to study there, is because I really wanted to understand, what is that secret sauce? What are they doing? Because they manage to make these hilarious, outrageous choices, but they are always grounded in humanity. And they're not just cartoons. And so one of the big things that we focus on is POV, point of view. So what is that character's point of view, and how does that flavor how they interact with the world? So we have been wrestling that bear for the last 4 weeks in my Tuesday night class, and we'll probably continue to do some work on it, because we're going to continue to do comedy over the next 4 weeks. And we have a new series starting on Tuesday, so please sign up if you're interested. But, you know, point of view is something that we all have. We all have multiple points of view. And basically, it's, how do I view the world? What sort of filters do I view the world through? And so a point of view might be, money doesn't grow on trees, right? And so you're gonna have a certain attitude about money, because that is a fundamental belief that you have that drives you, that you're not even aware of, right? And of course, as an actor, we have to have that double brain where we're aware, but the character isn't, right? So that's a trick, right? But that's something I would really explore, because I find it fascinating. And so what I've been trying to do is integrate that into scripted performances. And so we've been doing a series of exercises about that. But I think that is something that can be really informational for especially a a continual role, right? Like if were on an episodic, or if you're in a web series right now, what is something, or it could be several things that sort of, Desiree, oh my gosh, it's like all my school girlfriends showing up. Hi, I'm so happy you're here, even if it's virtual. I digress. It's something that I think you can integrate. I'm sure you can do it with drama too, but you can integrate into your comedy as something that's part of the spine, sort of the backbone of the character, so that it will inform in subtle and not so subtle ways what your interactions are with your world. There was an NPR interview a while back with Bryan Cranston, who was in Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle, and he's gone on to do amazing things because he's phenomenal. But he said his word for Hal in Malcolm in the Middle was fear, right? That was sort of what drove Hal, right? Slightly different than a point of view, but I think it's sort of tangential in concept. And then for I hope I'm remembering this correctly, for Breaking Bad, it was indecision. He just simply couldn't make up his mind, right? And if you watched that show, you saw the evolution of that character, and you saw how he kind of was carried along because he couldn't make up his mind. And so I just would offer that is a tool that you can explore for your actor tool belt, something that you might be able to take on. And I particularly would have some fun trying it on with comedy, because I think it's a really useful tool. And I don't know if many of you have seen the hit short film Joe Returns the Video. I'm kidding, it's not a hit short film, but we had a lot of fun doing it. But my performance in that was informed a great deal by what I learned at the Groundlings, and part of it was point of view, and part of it was just, well, it was a lot of different things. Because when you train, it sort of becomes just part of your fabric. Anyway, but it's something that I would look at point of view for your character. Okay, I'm checking to see if there are questions, and I am not seeing any questions. I'm seeing a strange delay when I watch it on Facebook. So, okay, cool. If you guys have no questions, then thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about me, you can check me out on www.sarahgaston.com. I have a workshop coming up, I have a webinar coming up, I have a class. I always have classes and things going on. You can train with me privately if that's something you're interested in. You can learn more about that on my website. And if you go to YouTube and you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you will get access to all my videos. And lastly, I have videos on so many different subjects about acting. So if you're scratching your head one day going, I don't understand what an objective is, got a video for it. I don't understand what a moment before is, got a video for it. I don't understand what acting books I should be reading, got a video for it. So check out my YouTube channel. And lastly, if you go to my website, you might consider subscribing to my email list. In fact, I highly recommend it, because I share quite a few things on that email list that I don't share anywhere else. Sometimes there are articles that I've come across, updates and what's going on in the business. I send out quite a few videos. I send out sometimes audition notices, recommendations if a project comes up and I want people to know about it, because there might be a job in there for them. So I send all sorts of free stuff out on my email list. So I encourage you to sign up for it. And hello, Christina, hi. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, and break a leg out there. Mwah. Bye.